Hey Mike, are you drinking good whiskey? Let's find out. What is going on, everybody? Nathan here with the Everyday Drinker, bringing you guys a brand new video. Today, as you can see, we have a little bit of a blind. This was sent to me by an amazing subscriber and patron, Mike. It's pretty much the same exact rule setup that we had sent over from Mark, and we have 5 samples completely blind. So what we have to do is we have to guess about what these whiskeys are. So we have to guess the proof, the type, if it's finished, the distillery, and then he also wants us to rate them 0 to 5 and put them in the favorite order that I have. He said that these are the ones that he's been drinking quite a bit lately, and he hopes that I enjoy them. Well, Mike, we're gonna find out if you've been drinking good whiskey or not. But before we get into drinking these samples, we hit 3,000 subscribers and I announced what the 5,000 subscriber giveaway is going to be. So we just hit 3,000 subscribers and I announced the other day what the 5,000 subscriber giveaway is going to be. One lucky subscriber winner is going to win this bottle of Blanton's, and another one is going to win their Everyday Drinker swag. They're going to get the choice of either the heather gray t-shirt and sweatshirt or the black t-shirt and sweatshirt. So we're going to have 2 winners of 5,000 subscribers, so keep hitting that subscribe button because at 5,000 subscribers, the giveaway is going to happen. Mike also put the answer key in this very fun red envelope, not opened yet, as you can see, all taped up. And yeah, so we're going to find out what these are right now. We're going to start on our left here at letter A. Let's see what this nose is all about. It smells like Buffalo Trace. Like, take this bottle. It smells just like Buffalo Trace. That's very, very Buffalo Tracey. Really don't need to get much into the nose because everything is all about the palate for this key, and the nose does smell really pleasant. But without further ado, let's get into the palate. That's very vanilla forward. It's so sweet that it makes me think that it's finished. So I'm gonna say finished, yes. It's a bourbon, but it's in the lower proof. So I'm gonna say like 98 proof. Distillery, this is the tough one. It's very light. There's like no rye spice in this whatsoever. It's very sweet. I'm gonna immediately just give this a 3.5 out of 5 because it is a very pleasant sip. But the distillery is what's really getting me. I'm gonna come back to the distillery on most of all of these. I'm just gonna give you my proof, the type, and the rate. But without further ado, let's get into glass B and see what this is all about. It's a little bit darker. It's got a little bit more cinnamon on that nose, but let's get into the palate. A little bit proofier. I'm going to say it's like 105 proof. That's bourbon as well. I'm going to say no on the finish. It tastes like a Russels maybe. Maybe like a Russels single barrel. I think those are like 110 proof, so I'm going to bump that up to 110 proof. Bourbon, no. Russels, I'm going to give that a 3.5 as well because that's a nice sip as well. Let's move on to glass C here. Smells like another bourbon. Smells like this one might be finished. It's got a very sweet nose. Ooh, that's proofy. Oh, that's definitely finished too. Yes, that's like an Oloroso finish. I'm also going to say it's like 114 proof. Type bourbon. My pen keeps wanting to slide down the table. Yeah, I'm sticking with that Oloroso finish, but I'm getting a little bit more rye spice. So I'm actually going to switch this to a rye. This is a rye finished in Oloroso at 114 proof. Let's move on to glass D. This smells like a wheat whiskey. Just a straight wheat whiskey. That's a wheat whiskey. 100% a wheat whiskey. It reminds me a lot of Old Elk. So I'm going to just go off the limb and say Old Elk. I'm thinking that's double wheat, so I'm going to go with 107 proof. Finished, no. And that's a darn good sip, so that's a 4. I didn't give C a score, so I think C was like a 3. And then let's move on to letter E here. This one smells like gummy bears. Very grassy, very earthy. This one very much reminds me of the Wilderness Trail Sweet Mash, the black label. This one right here. The palate reminds me very much of that bottle right there. A little musty. Tastes like an old book. Lower in the proof. I'm going to say 100 proof. I'm going to say just a regular bourbon. Finished, no. Distillery, Wilderness Trail, and that's another 3. All right, we got to go back into A. narrow down A. A was a little confusing to me. It's super sweet on the nose, which makes me think that it's finished, but I'm going to take that back, and I'm going to say no, that it is not finished, but it really could be. I had a sip of a bourbon finished in an Amber cask last night. Holy cow. That is a game changer and a half, the Amber cask. It's like a snickerdoodle met baby Jesus. Holy cow, was it delicious. I'm so lost on this one. It's a light proof. That's why I'm sticking with that 90 proof. Gotta be a bourbon. If it's not, I don't know anything, I guess. I'm just gonna say it's a Buffalo Trace product. It's gotta be a Buffalo Trace product. And then we have to go on to C, because C here, I didn't pick a distillery either. I'm gonna go with a High West. I'm gonna say a High West. Because High West does a lot of different variations of finishes and stuff like that. Now that we have everything figured out that I think I know, I'm going to go back through these one more time, and I'm going to rank these 1 through 5, and we're going to find out which of these is my absolute favorite. So we're going to fast forward through this. Rewind that, because number 5 is finished. It's not Wilderness Trail, but it's finished in a sherry cask, I think. And I'm thinking that's finished in sherry. Or port. Sherry or port. I think it's sherry or port. One of the two. It's gotta be. It's gotta be. And it's not Wilderness Trail because they haven't had anything like that. Know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say it's Bowman Brother Port Cask. That's what I'm gonna say. And I think that's also at 94 proof. So that's 94 proof. That's what I'm saying that is right there. I haven't had it. I've never had that, but I'm going out on the limb and I'm saying that's what that is. Okay, so I had my order. My least favorite was E. So E came in 5th place. Let's see what came in 4th place. 4th place goes to B. 3rd place goes to C. 2nd place goes to D. And that means A came in 1st place. So A came in 1st place. All right, so I'm very excited to find out what these are. So without further ado, we are going to crack open this answer key, and we're going to find out just exactly what we just drank. God damn it, Mike. What is this tape job? All right, here we go. Let's see if we got anything right. All right, so sample A. Eagle Rare store pick from Jack Rose, 90 proof bourbon, not finished. So, Buffalo Trace. I don't know why I said 98 proof when I was thinking Buffalo Trace. I should have changed my proof because it's 90 proof. Buffalo Trace product, bourbon, finished no, and it came in 1st place. So, Eagle Rare was my number 1 pick. Let's see. Sample B was a John J. Bowman single barrel at 100 proof, bourbon, not finished, Buffalo Trace Bowman, blah, blah, blah. So B, I guessed, was a bourbon, finished no, Russels Reserve at 110 proof, and B came in 4th place. Sample C came in 3rd place, Bardstown Discovery number 9 at 112.5 proof, bourbon, not finished, Bardstown. So C, I guessed, at 114 proof, which is a proof and a half point high, bourbon, not finished. I said yes in Olorosa because it was very interesting. A High West product, but it was a Bardstown product. Wow, okay, that was a very interesting pour. And C came in 3rd place. Sample D was Old Scout store pick Evergreen Liquors out of Kentucky at 117.8 proof, bourbon, not finished, smooth Ambler. So letter D was 117 proof. I said 107 proof. I don't know if that's a wheated bourbon or not, but it was very sweet. Not finished. I guessed Old Elk. It was smooth Ambler. And that came in 2nd place. And sample E was a Russels Private Barrel Total Wine at 110 proof, bourbon, not finished, from the Wild Turkey Distillery. So E came in 5th place, And that was a Russels Private Barrel Total Wine at 110 proof. And I guess 94 proof. So, very interesting. That was very fun. I enjoy these like you wouldn't believe. Having absolutely no idea what is in front of me. No finishes. We had no finishes whatsoever. You got me on that. Making me think that some of these were finished, but they're really not finished. And my number one was the Eagle Rare. I mean, that is just a sweet bourbon all around. Wow, that's a good pick. They really do know what they're doing over at Jack Rose over in DC. That is a darn good Eagle Rare bottle. Man, oh man. Who's going to accept the challenge next? Let me know down in the comments if you want to accept this challenge and send me a blind that I have absolutely no idea what's inside. We do have a blind scheduled with Steven over at Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. So if you haven't checked out his channel, link to his channel will be down below because we are doing a blind. I sent him 4 samples. He sent me 4 samples, or I sent him 4, he sent me 4. I don't know what I just said. But nonetheless, fun blind between us two. I don't know what he sent me. He doesn't know what I sent him. I sent him some really good stuff, and I'm excited to see what his thoughts are. But until next time, this has been Nathan with the Everyday Drinker. Cheers.